Welcome everyone to the 2021 Australian Esports High School League, a tournament open to all high school students across Australia to play, compete and have fun. I'm JR Tins and I'll be taking you through today's exciting matches as we look to see who will be making it through Group C in order to get that top 2 placing, make it to the playoffs, as this is week 4. This is the final week for these teams to show us what they have to offer and try and make that finals push. And we've got some very exciting games ahead of us. We have CCPS, who are currently sitting undefeated in their group. They'll be playing up first against GSLC Gold, who are currently 6-2, and they're almost out of the running here. They might find themselves losing to 3rd place and getting overtaken. So that will be our second match today. It will be GSLC Gold going up against SMCC 3rd team to see who will really make that second placing, as CCP, they've pretty much guaranteed themselves to finish first in this pool, get that good seeding. They're undefeated, and they are one of the one of the first teams we've ever had in this entire competition that actually have a supersonic legend in their roster. And accompanied with 2 champs, they are definitely going to be the team to beat this time in term number 3. So that will be the first game up here, and then second off, we do have that second v third, which might end up being a very crucial game, and the winner might end up being the one that goes through. If we look at Group B and Group A, it's pretty much determined who will find themselves in finals. I don't think there can be too much changes on the side as SMCC first team, which is, I believe, our winners that were here on stream last term in term number 2. They will be going through in the first seed in Group number A, accompanied by GBCCS, who are currently 7-1. Going over to Group B, we have Hawker College, who were actually our term 1 winners. They are currently undefeated. And SMCC second team, who I believe were our runners-up in term number 2, find themselves 7-1 and are almost guaranteed to go through as the top 2 in Group number B. So it is great to see that our players that were really the go-to teams in term number 2 and even term number 1 are actually still on top. They're still dominating just as they did in previous terms. And with us, we have got GSLC, who I believe did a very good job last term. They managed to make a good playoff run, just falling short. I think they might have come 3rd or 4th, if I'm not mistaken. And definitely some really good players to look out for that we've seen plenty of times on this stream before. We've got Zon. If you remember Formal, one of the co-casters that has been doing a ton with AEL, and one of my personal friends that I do enjoy casting with us. Couldn't join us today, but should be here for the grand finals, which will be in 2 weeks' time. Zon was one of his favorite players going into this, was really able to control the game and play extremely well. Me and Mum, a really nice second player here. Coming in for this roster was definitely one of the players to watch. Was really good at controlling and really forcing out that ball out of the defensive end, accompanied by Tom. So is going to be a very good game here, but Sweeper will be the player to watch out for in this series here. Absolutely amazing in the OCE community, inside and out of AEL, has competed at one of the highest levels in OCE Rocket League, and now is going to demonstrate some of those skills in the AEL competition. But before we do get started, I do want to give a quick reminder to our sponsors that make this whole thing possible, including ViewSonic, that will be sponsoring the winning school with a 75-inch interactive display. They'll be going to the champion school of each term. We've already given out 2 already, and has been an amazing prize for these students to compete for that can really increase the fun and enjoyment in learning as well. So huge shout out to ViewSonic for sponsoring that prize. Along with that, we also have Chatime, the bubble tea partner. Head in stores and pick up one of their huge variety of selections of amazing flavors and creative drinks. I've recently started having Chatime myself, and absolutely amazing. As well as that, we also do have Indomie instant ready noodles. When you're grabbing a drink, you need some amazing food to pair that with. Indomie instant ready noodles, just thing to keep you going between those long study sessions and even those gaming sessions. A quick and easy meal at the fingertips that tastes amazing. Now, also, AOC monitors, the thing that these players are looking at to play on right now, make a huge difference in your gaming experience. And AOC are the go-to in terms of refresh rates, quality, and so much more. AOC continues to raise the standards for design and performance with their award-winning monitors. and as well as what these players are looking at, also what they're hearing with. And there's no better place to turn to than Rig headsets with an amazing range of wired and wireless options with all performance audio, precise controls, and the comfort you need for those long gaming sessions. Rig headset have you covered. And I myself, JR Tins, I have you covered for today's matches, as we're just waiting for the players to get into the lobby and we can get started with, as I said, these really crucial games that we're going to be showing on stream today. I don't think we've seen too much of Group C throughout the last 3 weeks, but now we're going to be really showcasing them in their battle to see who will make that playoff run. Top 2 from each team, from each group, as I said, will be making it through. And it really all depends on this first game. I actually want to take a look at SMC because they really need to make sure that they get the win for this first game here. As we won't be seeing their first game on stream, we'll only be seeing their second game versus second. But if they lose that first game, they might find themselves having a lot of trouble and might already be out of the running. So first up, they have got SAC Crew, which if we have a look at them, they're currently sitting 5th on the leaderboard. So that should be a fairly simple win for SMCC. Hopefully they can make sure to get that win, and then we might find ourselves in a great running actually. If Sweeper's team, CCP, will be able to take the victory here, maintain 9-0. That will push GLC and SMCC to have the same win-loss. So if things go according to plan with how I've kind of foreseen them, that second game on stream today will really be the winner finds themselves in the playoffs, and the loser will find themselves out of the tournament. So it will be very interesting. The players are in the lobby, so you don't have to keep listening to me blabber on. We can finally see some amazing Rocket League gameplay that we came here to witness as the players look to take on the pitch. These are best of 5s that will be going ahead, and we're going to kick off with game number 1 here as a clean win by the side of GSLC. Now, CC are going to be taking control here. Nice infield pass. Definitely got the individual skill level, as we see Sweeper rocking that SSL decal that is awarded via the rank that you get. If you don't know too much about Rocket League ranks, Supersonic Legend SSL is one of the highest ranks that you can get in Rocket League. And at the end of every season, you're given a item, whether it be a decal or some form of cosmetic, that demonstrates that you reached that rank in that season. So Sweeper is rocking the Supersonic Legend decal that was given out to players who reached Supersonic Legend in the previous season. So demonstrating that, maybe even trying to intimidate the other team just a little bit, but it's not going to work out too well. It was a good opportunity there. Zon, now one of the players to look out for in this roster, trying to take time, control, keep the ball close, which is what we saw Zon do really well last season. Memum now trying to clear the ball, not going to get a good opportunity there as G-Royd. Shot opportunity, but is going to crossbar and down. Now looking to maintain that control. TomTom here on the backboard. Sweeper with a clear win downfield. Memum meets nice and early, and that's what they're going to have to do if they really want to take it to this undefeated roster of CC. Going to really look to keep the aggression, make sure you're challenging the ball early. You don't want to give this team time on the ball, as the things they'll be able to do will be near unsavable, as a great pass down from G-Royd over to Sweeper will secure them the first goal here in the first game on stream. Really nice infield pass play there. 1 goal lead here for the side of CC. And a good kickoff goal. Sweeper placed it well into the bottom right-hand corner. 2 goal lead already. Just both players going for boost. In a kickoff scenario, you always want to have a team that is one player that's going for kickoff, one player that's cheating, and another that is securing that back boost. In that case, both players securing the back boost. Sweeper with a nice cheat will be able to put that one away. Now TomTom here trying to rebuttal that goal. Does a good beat out in the midfield, but G-Royd easily sweeping that one aside, pun intended, over to Sweeper in the corner, who gets a nice double flip reset in midfield. Both players are there trying to put that one on target, but Zon with a good save, looking for the follow-up here as well. Good early beat up, but gives away possession a little bit. Sweeper waiting patiently for that one. Now looking to send it the other way. Good beat over one. Zon there taking their time. Zon definitely being the controlled player in this roster that we're talking about before, and it's one thing that they do really well The sweeper playing off the side wall there. 2 players there, so might be a bit of a double commit here as TomTom trying to get up for it. Might not. G-Roy trying to put that away, but can't quite get there in time. Just hitting backboard. Tom with a good counter attack there. Sweeper just getting back to brush that one aside. Now an infield pass to G-Roy, who plays this up nice and early. Sweeper actually taking over from their teammate here. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. But with that, it might lead to an open net there. Yuri can't get back, and that's all stemmed from that double commit in the midfield. Got to learn to trust in your teammates a little bit more. Zon with a good beat out with the pass. TomTom putting that one away. Just 1 goal down here in game number 1. Good pass play here is looking for that infield off the corner. Couldn't quite. Yuri will get beat. G-Roy there easy for the follow-up. Yuri looking for an infield pass, but couldn't quite find it. And now a great pass with a perfect bounce up using that curb is what I would call it on that backboard. A very difficult place to read, not knowing whether it's going to hit the backboard, go straight out, or it's going to roll up. Just perfectly placing that out. Now 2-goal lead here for CC. A heavy win off kickoff here from Sweeper and places it on the opposite corner. They're going for the save, and they thought the most logical place to put this ball was in that right-hand corner. You have the angle. Zon trying to cheat for it. Sweeper placing in the other side. Good placement there to get that 4th goal here. And CC right now in this game proving why they've been dominant all term long. But we are seeing some really good things out of GSL. They're looking to control the pace. They're making sure they're forcing those challenges early. They've just got to really try and play to their strengths in the next upcoming games. And even this game that's in front of us here, there's still plenty of time. But when it comes to aerial control, it's going to be hard to beat this team of CC. In the midfield, TomTom with an opportunity there, just couldn't quite place it, and Sweeper with a long clear downfield. Mimum, good turn in midfield, looking for that pass over. Could not quite make contact with it, and Yuri up early. Zon now keeping it close. Zon being a very good player in their own right here, reaching the rank of Grand Champion and showing us why. Zon with a lovely beat out on almost every single player in net there. G-Roy just unable to read it. Thought that first touch, but was actually a fake by Zon. Keeps the ball close, gets that second touch to beat out the defender. Zon definitely showing up there, but still 2 goals down here. 1 minute remaining. They need to start going fast, but Yuri looked for that infield pass. Couldn't quite. Sweeper is there to catch. Good fake on one. Beats the other in Zon. It is going to be over the net, but good save by Zon to get back to that one in time. Sweeper forced to fall back here a little bit, trying to get some boost to make this attempt. Does get a good beat out in the midfield. Double touch, keeping the ball close. Zon, last one back here. Really nice challenge to force that one high. G-Roy up for it. Couldn't quite get contact. And TomTom being really good at getting these long clears downfield, trying to relieve the pressure from their team. It's a good infield pass from Mimum over to Zon, but Zon couldn't place it. That is the goal that you needed. A perfect infield pass play, was beat out. Definitely had the defense beat out there, but just off target. Maybe nerves coming a little bit into play, just rushing that a little bit more than needed. But the fact that they're able to pull off plays like that, the communication is there, definitely shows good signs for the upcoming remaining games in this series. Unfortunately, not enough to take it here in this game, and CC will take game number 1 as they look to move on to continue their run to stay undefeated here. Sweeper really showing their SSL there. 4 goals to Sweeper, 800 points. Very well played here, but some great signs of life from GSL. Definitely going to be, it's going to be hard for them moving forward. They definitely have been outpaced a lot, but they're doing what they're able to well. They're making sure they're not forcing out too many touches that they don't need. They're trying to play as a team, because a team can really beat a team, like an individual team. I haven't seen too many pass plays here from CC. They're really playing an individual game, and Sweeper, sometimes even forcing double commits to try and take over the play. So if GSL really can look to play as a team, look for those infield passes. We're seeing good infield passes upfields. Tom over to Mimam, but just couldn't quite make contact with that one. They're really able to get these team plays that are going to beat out CCP almost every single time. Now Mimam on the other way here, looking to beat out G-Roy, but a good clear downfield. Sweeper's already waiting there for it, but couldn't make contact. 2 quick counter-attack plays here. Just off target. Shot opportunity, and Tom all the way back is going to look to just buy out time here, go nice and high. Almost beats out 2 defenders. The double commit in net yet again. And Zon starting us off here with a goal. Just the constant pressure here from GSL, not letting up as they look to really make the team awkward. And as I said, they're forcing out these double commits in the corner. Corner in Rocket League is not a place you want to force out a double commit. It's one of the most non-dangerous points in all of Rocket League. If the ball is in the corner, you usually know that you're not getting scored on, as the angle from there is near impossible. So to force out a double commit in the corner is definitely not what you want to be doing, especially when you're going up against a good infield pass team that will punish you for that. Sweeper now trying to get that infield pass. Pinches it a little bit too hard, and it will clear the net. Yuri up nice and early. Good read off the backboard. Sweeper up nice and early for that one, but a good save by GSL. Zon trying to get it clear. Ends up passing it to G-Roy, but Tom with a really nice follow-up. Sweeper there nice and early, looking to put that on target. Just not the power I was looking for, but does buy enough time for their team to get resources and get back on the defensive end. Sweeper keeping it nice and close, getting a flip reset. Will beat out 1 defender, but a really nice 50 in midfield. Yet again, G-Roy and Yuri forcing out a double commit. Will delay the offense attack a little bit, but a good infield pass over to G-Roy, leaving an open net. Sweeper has missed the open. That's not what you thought you'd see. Another shot booming on net. GSL just able to get back in time in order to save these. Now G-Roy left back alone here in the corner, will keep the ball close, does beat out 1 defender, beats out the second into midfield. Sweeper, 1 more to be, going for the double touch, but can't quite read that. The first touch just a little bit off target where Sweeper wanted it to be. And now Tom with a good clear downfield. Almost had an open opportunity, but Sweeper would have been back to it for it to get that save. And now Sweeper going long. Yuri trying to get up to this, but just a little bit too far back. But Zon with the touch that we wouldn't normally see, passing that straight back out in midfield. Sweeper saying thank you, as Zon just trying to keep it close, but not in the situation that you want. You want to make sure those clears are going out into the corner that we talked about before. It's the hardest place to score from. You need to try and get better clears or better saves than that. At this level, you're going to get punished for that, and it's not all about getting the save. You need to get the save and get the ball out of harm's way. Otherwise, Sweeper's going to get an easy follow-up like that. We are at a tie game here. 1-1, 2 minutes to go. Tom up nice and early. Zon looking for the follow, but can't quite get the backboard read. Good pressure there by Mimam to keep that one alive. Sweeper with a good 50 in midfield. Looking to still apply that pressure. Looking for the infield pass. Does just that, but Yuri doesn't read it. The communication is really not showing here for CCP. Maybe need to be a little bit clearer with the comms, or Sweeper could be doing a really good job to try and help out, knowing the position of where he wants his teammates to be. But that being said, they're still at a tie game here. They're still doing really well. Just 2 very different play styles here. Yuri actually with a really nice opportunity, but just doesn't have the boost to get back to that really nice first touch in order to get that follow-up. Sweeper now looking for the infield, but couldn't quite get the angle. Zon trying to clear it, gets it past 1. Gonna look to keep close. Good 50. We'll put that one out of harm's way, sorry, but Sweeper with a good clear over to the side. Tom trying to get that infield pass, but really just ends up throwing away possession to a big clear downfield. Zon in the position needed to. G-Roy with a good dunk. Looking for that infield pass. Beats out 1 defender. It is in an awkward position. Sweeper up nice and early. Places that high. And will get the second goal needed to get that lead. Just an unfortunate touch there. Sweeper being in the right spot. And with shots on net like that, it's almost impossible to save without pre-jumping it. Really a nice play from CCP as they look to take this game number 2, put themselves in a great position for that clean sweep. GSL, if they can get this win, they can almost secure their chances to get that second placing, as Tom gets bumped out in midfield. Sweeper now with all the time, possibly all the boost as well, gets the flip reset. Zon with a great challenge, and Yuri ends up saving it, but G-Royd gets there just in the nick of time. What a series of play here. Yuri actually saving that one. Might have been some questionable choices if G-Royd wasn't there to put that one away, but luckily they do get away with it. And 2-goal lead here yet again for the side of CCP as they look to take game number 2. Going for that 50, but Tom with a good clear downfield. Time is going to be winding out now. Yuri just has to keep this one close. Goes off the ceiling to buy some time. Can't quite get back to it. Tom tried to put that one on target. Last ditch effort here. Zon will clear it, but with that, time will go to 0. They might get one more, so a nice little momentum goal. Nice courtesy goal there. Improving their chances. They lost by 2 last series, last game, I believe. Now making that down to 1. Maybe this one we might see an overtime, but that being said, CCP are on an absolute tear here. Looking to take this one out nice and early. Telstra moment there from Zon apparently, but really nice level of play, and I do want to give full credit here to GSL. I'm loving their playstyle, I'm loving their involvement, and their perfect rotations are really proving them from what I saw from them in that last series. From what I saw from them last term, they have definitely improved individually and as a team, so it's really nice to see that the level of play, the level of dedication from these players, that they're putting in that grind, they're putting in the work together as a team. They are playing together outside of just on the AEL weekends to try and improve it. And it's really good to see because this side of Mimum, Zon, and Tom are definitely on that grind from last term and have come back new and improved as Yuri in an awkward position there. Maybe I'm going to get a nice kickoff goal. Yet again, getting that first goal puts that so much less pressure on the side of GSL. Good kickoff. Yuri just finding themselves in a very awkward position there. Not able to get back to it. Telstra inting this tournament. Maybe a bit of lag coming through from the side of Zon. Not too sure as we can't really see any ping issues, but one thing in Rocket League is sometimes you can be lagging and you can have some moments of ping without your ping actually spiking, so hopefully Zon doesn't get affected by that too much going in. As a really nice clear. Yuri cheating upfield as third yet again. Zon's trying to put that away but can't quite get there in time. Maybe had a little bit more time than they realized. Yuri's got to be careful here, cheating up a little bit as third, and it can really benefit a team being that aggressive, but with the long clears that this GSL roster are going for, it is very dangerous to be cheating up his midfield. Yuri choosing not to go for the ball there, leaving it for Sweeper. And Sweeper no boost to work with, forced to pre-flip to try and maintain that 50. G-Royd up nice and early. Ball is just playing in the corner here. No team really able to clear. And no team really able to get that infield pass. Sweeper finally looking for that clear here, but he's going to be met by Zon in the midfield. Tries to put that on target, a little bit weak, so won't quite find its way there. J-Royd with a good pass. Zon up nice and early. Might not have the boost to be able to follow this. Only going to be able to get one touch. Sweeper with be clear downfield. It easily beats out Mimum in the midfield. G-Royd is up for it. Places it off the backboard. Sweeper trying to get up for it yet again. It is in a dangerous position. Zon will be back. Has the pre-jump. Sweeper is there. Mimum couldn't read. Sweeper's touch there just didn't have that camera placing. Sweeper doing really well to hide themselves out of Mimum's camera angle there. And without any kind of communication, Mimum isn't going to have to know that they have to go for that early in order to beat out the attacking player. So 1-all here in game number 3. As I said, CCP looking to take this clean sweep. GSL needing this to keep their wins alive, but not only to keep their wins alive, to just try and get that game differential on the leaderboard just that little bit higher, just that little bit better. to make sure that I don't know if it can possibly, I don't think it possibly can be a draw between second and third in Group C at the moment. But just in case, you never know. That game difference can really be beneficial regardless. So GSL getting a game or two here won't hurt, but with the way that CCP are dominating, will it be hard to do. Good fake by Sweeper in the midfield, but we'll get 50 down into their own end. Tom up nice and early, trying to read Sweeper's touch, and it is a benefit, and it's one thing I'm seeing really well from GSL is they know that Sweeper gets really nice hits on the ball, but that makes you predictable to read. And as we saw TomTom there, not going for the actual ball, but going for where they knew Sweeper was going to hit that. So very nice IQ to kind of come out from this GSL side. And one thing that's definitely benefited them in winning these 50s here is Son going over to the side wall, but Yuri will take over possession here with a good clear. It actually is going to get an awkward touch off that crossbar, or sidebar I'd probably call it. Zon staying on the play, might have an opportunity here. J-Roy just getting the save. Zon doing a really nice job to stay active in that play, not expressing out or rotating out too early. Sweeper now with a big clear downfield. Zon gonna play time here, try and get the touch, but it's actually ended up being an own goal. Zon didn't realize there was a player behind that probably could have got to that. I'm not really too sure. Tom, I think, had that, but just not taking enough time, not having the faith, and not how you want to go down one goal in this series. Maybe two, but Zon with a good clear. They now have all the numbers. Zon needs an infield pass. Couldn't quite get it. Just under a minute and a half to go in this game. Sweeper with a good 50. Now has plenty of time to go for the read. Just beats out Zon, but Zon does well to force a high touch to make sure that couldn't be put on target. And now Mimum here, not a good first touch. Will end up dropping it to Zon, actually, who's in a perfect position. Sweeper with a good hit. Tom there to keep possession. Mimum probably could have turned there to try and keep that aggression. Might have been an open opportunity, but regardless, it's now G-Royd's turn to put that one on target. Tom with a good clear. Sweeper, great read in field. G-Royd up nice and early. G-Royd shot on net, easily brushed aside by Tom, sitting there waiting for that clear. Yuri now shot on net, and it's just going to find its way in. Awkward positioning here from GSL in net. I want to see what happened, but seems like Zon just got caught, into the sidebar, and that is such awkward positioning to be in, and many of players have struggled with it plenty of times. Zon here with it in field and couldn't quite make contact. Yuri now sending it the other way. 20 seconds to go. They need a goal right here. Tom needs to get this clanger onto net if they can, but met by Sweeper will almost ruin their chances at the entire game. 9 seconds to go. It's almost undoable at this point as that time winds down. And with that, CCP will remain undefeated. GSLC go on to see if they'll be making that top 2 position. As I said, it's all relayed on that other game. If hopefully I might be able to get an inside scoop to how that game is going, or as soon as I know the outcome of that game, we will know whether GSL need to win their next game in order to make that push, or they already might find their chances already in that second placing. I think we might finish. I think we might finish on a tie if some situations go to plan. So not getting a single win in that series will be kind of detrimental to them. But we will be right back with some more action and the deciding game almost to see who will make that second place in Group C to go through. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere with some more AEL high school action. Welcome everyone, we are back and we have got the results in, and it is exactly like how we predicted. Not to brush my own shoulder, but we will be going into this one. The winner will make playoffs, I believe, and the loser will find themselves out for term 3. This is a huge game on the line. GSL just coming off a loss, and SMCC were just able to 3-1 SAC crew in that first round. Now, we are just going to get straight into this one. I'm very excited to see who will be taking that second place, joining CCP in this group to see who are into that playoff run and who will say goodbye to their run here in term number 3 as we look to get started straight away here on the pitch. Best of 5, the last game that we have on stream today. Zon up nice and early, trying to start one. Really get a goal here at the start of the lobby. Tom now up, trying to put this one in, but will be met by Choc. Zon now with a big clear downfield. Momentum could play huge into this, as we've just got a team that is coming off that win, while the others coming off a loss here. And GVW up nice and early for this one, just couldn't quite get there in time. Clam does play this one nice and high. Tom is there to stop that counter-attack, and it might find into an open net. Just couldn't find the sidebar end in, but plenty of space in the midfield for Mimum to get another one. Beats out all 3 defenders. Tom has an open net, puts that one away. GSLC start us off here in game number 1, getting the early lead. Just a triple commit in net there, and a really nice play from Mimum to just go for the height, go for the beat out on the defenders rather than just trying to put that on net. First goal here, and it's one thing GSLC did like to do in that previous series that we saw. They were in 2 out of the 3 of the games. They were the ones to get that first goal on the board, trying to initiate that early start here. It's a good beat out into the midfield. Tom up nice and early. Clam will play that one down to the side. Zon up nice, trying to play for that pass upfield to Tom. Couldn't quite make connection. Tom choosing to go back instead. Now Zon with plenty of time on the ball. Beats out one defender. Might find Choc Munch a little bit too far back, but too far back allows them to get that save. Get the clear out in the midfield. Clam up nice and early. GVW, good pass into midfield. Clam going to continue this one into the corner. Both players actually caught in an awkward positioning, but Tom able to recover nicely. Put that one downfield, looking to beat out to put that one on target. GVW will get the clear downfield. Zon up, looking for the backboard read to Mimum actually, but Mimum choosing not to go for it. Zon might find an open net, not enough boost to get the angle needed to put that one in. Now Tom with a good 50 in midfield. Mimum up nice and early, looking to beat out the defender. One player left, and that's all they need to get the save, but just passes it back into midfield. Zon reading that one perfectly, and it's the same thing. The exact same scenario that we saw in that previous series, except Zon was the one now getting the goal, where in that previous series, Zon was the one to clear the ball out, straight back into midfield, and it's one thing SMC need to work on. You can't be clearing the ball right out to pass to the other team. You got to look to try and, as well as get the save, keep that ball in a safe spot on the field. Regardless, 2-goal lead here for GSL as they look to start off their run easily by getting the first game win, relieving some of that pressure. Mimum now taking time, beats out one defender in the midfield, but gets a lovely 50 actually on Clam. Might find his way into the top net. It is Mimum going all the way. 1v3. I thought they might have accidentally lost possession here, kept the ball too close, but just reads the hit from the other team perfectly into the top corner. Lovely play, 3-goal lead here for GSL. They look to take game 1 at a commanding lead, but still plenty of time for SMC to get that comeback. They're doing really nice in terms of forcing early challenges in the midfield. Just need to start playing a little bit more patient, just a little bit more controlled. Zon with a shot opportunity on target. Tom can't quite get there in time. Will play to the backboard, looking for that double touch, can't get it. Mimum up nice and early as well. SMC right now just getting outpaced, but they just need to play to their strengths, play to what they can do. As Tom can't quite get the read there. Zon gonna take possession here in the corner, look for a 50, couldn't quite, gets dunked on instead. Mimum is there to clear. Choc Munchie gets dunked on in the midfield. Will maintain possession here for Mimam, who beats out the defender looking to play off that corner. GVW is there in a good position to save that one. Playing it downfield now. May have played it a little bit too far out of their hands, but ends up being a fake. Zon luckily is back to get to that one in time. Choc Munchie keeping the play alive now. All three players of SMC in that net, but just unable to get on the scoring end. TomTom taking a little bit too much time in the midfield. Will get beat out by the defender, GVW, to keep that pressure alive with a good clear across the field. Really awkward position if, for GSL. SMC not able to capitalize on it though. They're just cheating a little bit too far upfield, and that's one thing we saw with CCP. They just didn't get punished by it as much, except they did get a few open nets scored for GSL. But it's one thing you definitely got to watch out for is GSL are really good at just hitting that ball, getting those long clears downfield on net, and I think we've already seen one be scored here. It's all about being cautious as second or third player, and if you're not too familiar with the rotations in Rocket League, usually you always want in threes, one person challenging the ball. That's usually associated with first player. You want the second player to be in a supportive position for that first player, really playing off their touch, playing off their mistakes, being there as a support. And the third player, you want to be rotating deeply. You want to be making sure that if the entire play goes wrong, you're the one there to get that final save and you're not cheating too far upfield. One thing we're seeing with SMC right now is their second and third player are playing very close, very pushed up field, and it's allowing GSL to get these long clears that have led to a few goals and is the main reason they have such a commanding lead here in this game. That being said, they will take game number 1 here as the clock strikes 0. Just waiting for the ball to touch the ground. They're trying to get one more goal to finish it off, but 2 shots off target. Zon trying to keep it alive. Mimam is there for the infield. Zon on there. GVW almost ends up own goaling. Mimam trying to keep this one alive. They don't want this game to end. Both players want to see this score, but it will touch the ground. GSL take game number 1 here. Their first game of the day in a commanding lead versus SMC, but SMC not out of the running yet. They just made a few mistakes. If they can clean those up, work on those rotations like we were talking about, they can definitely still make an impact in this game. I don't think the scoreline that we saw there really shows how the scoreline there, sorry, doesn't really show how close that game was. So really good from SMC. Just a few things they can clean up to still be in this game. GSL want to keep this momentum going. They want to keep that ball on the attacking end, try and get that early goal on the board, because when they do, they seem to just play a lot more relaxed and a lot more in control. As TomTom looking for the edgeable, gets it over 2, but just a little bit too high. Zon there for the cleanup, but couldn't quite. Tries to stay active on the play. Choc Munchie now will send it the other way. Shot on target. Third player yet again creeping out of net, trying to push up the field before the play has even been won in the midfield. And yet again, leading to another goal here for the side of GSLC. They're taking the open nets. They're making sure that when they get those touches, it's just long field and on net. They know those are the requirements, and they're doing it really well here in this series. Zon now up nice and early, playing it off the backboard. Couldn't quite get there. Choc Munchie looking to go the other way. Can't quite, but Zon with a good pass into the midfield. Zon puts that one away. TomTom with the assist. Quick counter-attacks like that will lead to goal 9 times out of 10, especially as we see again Clam just push a little bit too far up the field, not giving their team time enough to rotate. And they're just getting beat out in the midfield with pace. And one thing you can do to counteract that, usually in Rocket League, you don't want to rotate as deep as third man. You want to try and stay in the play, but with the way that GSL are playing, they're giving away a lot of possession in the midfield, which if you can force a deeper rotation, making sure that every time you're rotating out of the play, you're just going a little bit deeper, making sure to get mid-boost, even expressing all the way. It will allow you to take possession a lot more as GSL just commandingly booming that ball as far as they can downfield. And in turn, they're giving away possession by getting those long clears downfield, but no one is there to kind of get the save, which is leading to these open nets. As Clam now with a good beat out in the midfield, but Mimam perfectly in a position, and no one in net here. All 3 players cheated out of field. TomTom might have an open one, but just couldn't quite get there in time. No one to be seen on the defensive end. Zon. Now looking to put that one on target. A great EU clear into the back of the net, but a good save by the side of SMC. But the awkwardness after that save gave Tom a great position to just put that one high and on target, and Choc Munch caught in a very awkward position. 3-goal lead yet again here for GSLC. Still plenty of time for a comeback here as Tom looking to get that opening goal just off target off the kickoff. Zon puts it in though, sneaks that one high top right corner. Really nice kickoff there. The man cheating upfield on the kickoff can always be in great positions for those kind of plays. Perfect demonstration. As 4 goals for the lead here in game number 2. Zon couldn't quite put that one on target. GBW looking to send it the other way, looking for that infield pass, but no one quite there to meet the ball. Tom up nice and early. Zon looking for that infield pass, and it is available, but GVW getting a nice clear. Zon putting that pressure straight back on. GVW yet again doing it all on the defensive end, but you can't stop double touches like that. Tom showing us those mechanics, getting the nice read onto the side wall, onto the backboard, sorry. Perfectly just brief flipped to get that one. GSLC looking more and more commanding as time goes on. 5-goal lead here, as they are really trying to power their way through this game. Good infield passes on, couldn't quite get there. And Tom to keep that pressure alive. SMC just need to buy their time. Looking a little bit awkward here is Clam on the defensive end. Zon now going for the double touch read off the side wall. Really nice read, but will be saved aside here. GVW doing a lot for their team on the defensive end, trying to get those saves, trying to force some form of counter-attack opportunity here. Unfortunately, couldn't get it on that attempt. Zon with a midfield challenge, and Clam will take easy possession here. Beats out 2 defenders, but Zon there just in the right position to get that save. Now looking to go all the way with an edge dribble, looking to pinch it into the back of the net, but couldn't quite get the read needed. Just not enough boost to make that play happen. Tom up nice and early, putting that one on target. A double commit yet again in midfield might lead to an open net by Zon, and they will put that away in a commanding fashion. Pinching that one 120 into the top of the net. Nearly unsavable, even if you have 3 or 4 players in net. Great shot there by Zon. 6-goal lead, looking commanding here as kickoff will go Zon's way. As a good cheat will apply pressure, straight onto the side of SMC. And we just think about it, what a win for SMC 13 that this will be. This will, I believe the other 2 SMC teams have qualified already. Yeah, SMC second team are guaranteed, and the SMC first team are undefeated in their respective groups. So what a win here for SMC. They're all 3 sides that the school has produced, making that playoff run. But the way that GSL are playing right here, they're playing with that hunger, they're playing with the fire in their eyes as they look to take this one away. Zon going for a ceiling touch, actually faced out 2 defenders, couldn't put it away though. High IQ play, but just couldn't get that final touch needed. Beam now plenty of time. We'll just get it cleared downfield, forcing our 2 defenders. Might have an opportunity here. Plays it a little bit too high. And the panic here from SMC, just all 3 players diving at every opportunity. Not really having faith in each other, but also themselves to really make this clear. Take the patience. Maybe even giving a little bit too much respect to this side of GSL. But with time winding down, it is going to be GSL taking their second win, looking for that clean sweep And for that finals appearance here, as they might get one more on the net here. Mimum bullying their way through the net with the 50. 7 goals to 0. SMC scoreless in that one. Just one more game for GSL to take this victory, to take that playoff spot, and to find themselves playing in 2 weeks' time. SMC, they're in a do or die situation here. Will their season end here? Or will they get that spark of life needed in order to get the momentum that they need to start this run, to start that confidence going again as we get the players back into the lobby for the 3rd game, possibly the final. GSL on match point. SMC looking to get back in it here. Will this be the deciding game, or will we go to game 4 or 5? We will find out here. 5 minutes on the clock and a good kickoff here. Clam with the follow-up. Looking to stay nice and close. GVW looking to take over, but it's forced some confusion out, and all 2 players, sorry, choose to back out. Mimum with a great infield pass to Tom, who puts that one away. Good start here from GSL. A beautiful play between 2 teammates to put that one away. First goal is what GSL do best. Early goals have what really fueled GSL in the previous games. Will it be the case here, as GVW just couldn't quite get that one on target? Get that booming clear, and now TomTom with all the time in the world. Good backboard defense there by GVW. GVW has been the go-to defender here for SMC, really keeping their hopes alive. Not only this game, but the previous games, as Mimum just a little bit too far out of position, but actually still manages to get back to it. TomTom with an open net, but couldn't quite put that one on target. GVW to send it the other way. Good early challenge by Zon in the midfield. Shot opportunity on target. It's going to come off Zon again, I believe. A great, powerful shot on net by Clam to tie this one up. First tie game, I believe, we've seen. Might be the spark of life that they needed. Zon with a huge win off the kickoff. GVW with a good beat out in midfield, though. Zon taking their time here, expressed to make sure they're back on the defensive end. Clam as 3rd player, cheated up a little bit too far. Might be a goal from Mimum here. That a player was almost faked out by Mimum as well, but couldn't quite. Shot opportunity here from Shockers. They look to pull off a solo play. Couldn't quite get the reader. 2 players bumping each other in the GSL net. Still managed to get the clear needed, though. Tom trying to put that one on target. Clam with a good beat out in the midfield. Mimum keeping that pressure alive. Shock will finally take over to play it into the corner. Good EU clear by Zon. If they can get the angle, this might be an open net. Taking their time, just a little bit too much time, though. Is GVW able to get that clear? Shot opportunity on target. Zon shooting just a little bit too high. 3 minutes to go. Tie game as a good beat out in the midfield. Will be an open net, but Zon able to get to it in time. No one really backing up GVW on that attempt. Signs of life here for SMC. Will it be enough? They still need another goal on the board, and they're just lacking those final touches in order to make that happen. Lots of time given to Zon in the midfield, and you know when you give Zon time, they're going to use it wisely. Good beat out in the midfield. Beats out another defender trying to get a good clear into the midfield, taking a little bit too much time. And it will be Mimum sending it the other way. An awkward 50. Tom actually gets a nice touch to beat out the defender, keep that close, but it's not going to be enough as no one there to follow it up. Chock with a big clear downfield is going to be met by Mimum, who yet again might find too many players pushed upfield. GVW could just get there in time. Chock, I believe, actually did a very nice bump play there in the midfield to stop that shooting attack there from, I believe it was Mimum, but actually a very nice bump play there. Tom trying to get that clear. All three players pushed up field here. Chalk Munch in the corner. B-Mum with a shot on target. Clam just with a nice save there to keep that one out of harm's way. Missing midfield. Sorry, missing the goal square. We'll keep the pressure alive here, and right now SMC just struggling to get those clears needed. Zon now up for it, looking for the second touch. Can't put that one on target. 1-1, 1 minute to go. Might even find ourselves with our first overtime for the day. Tom trying to get that clear. Chalk gonna keep this one close, which is what you want to do, but not close enough as Zon gets a nice pinch. GVW with a good clear downfield. 30 seconds to go. GVW trying to get that 50 in midfield. Does a very nice job at that. Player already. Actually a double commit here, and the third player is already gone. GVW able to get back to that one though. We'll try and buy time for their team to get a few resources to get back on the scoring end, but Mimum will be the one scoring here. Is just a good read. All three players turning very awkwardly in net. Mimum just beating out the defense. Also placing that in an unorthodox position, which maybe forced a little bit of confusion. GSL, 13 seconds to go. Might find themselves in the playoffs. They only just need to clear out this game, and Tom might put another one on target. Good save by Clam. GVW needs to get on the defensive end. They need to get out of the defensive end, sorry, put one on target, but the pressure right now from GSL aren't going to do the trick. The ball will touch the ground, and GSL find themselves in the playoffs. What a day there from GSL. Couldn't quite get that first series win. It all came down to this, and they can do it in a demanding fashion to take away that playoff run. An amazing game there from the players. SMC, they brought it back. They played with much more composure. They did what they are good at instead of really forcing out awkward touches, forcing themselves to triple commit. Very nice turnaround there from SMC, but it's not going to be enough. GSL take the win. And with that, we are solidified here in our playoff run. Our top 6 going into the playoffs will be SMC first team from Group A, accompanied by GBCCS. Those will be our Group A teams that will be making it through the playoffs. In Group B, we have Hawker College. We'll be seeing them again. They did take last term off. Now they're back, looking better than ever to take away this season. This term, sorry. That will be accompanied by SMCC, the second team. So SMCC, they're both their teams that made the playoffs last term, will find themselves in the playoffs yet again. And then CCP, the undefeated side, and GSL, who we just saw pull off an amazing win to prove they belong in the playoffs. So amazing teams there, and we will be I'll be very ecstatic. Max Formal should be joining me again to watch some of those final plays there in the playoffs that I believe won't be next week, but will be the week after. So we got a bit of a week break, which these teams can use that very wisely, try and get some more scrims in, try and get some more playtime in with each other to better learn how they can really impact the competition with not only team plays but individually as well, because we saw there's a lot of different play styles between the two teams. Some teams are just really a team full of individuals that are just that next level above the competition and can play really well, and other teams like GSLC, we saw some great pass plays from them, we saw some great team plays that really tells me as a caster that they have been putting that work in as a team. But that being said, that is all from us today. We will be back in 2 weeks with the AEL High School League playoff run here. Huge shout out to our sponsorships as well. ViewSonic will be sponsoring the prize for that playoffs to 75 inch interactive display. Chatime, the bubble tea partner, AOC monitors, instant ready noodles by Indomie, and rig headsets. That is all from us today, and we'll see you all next time.